This is one of the most bizarre stories in the history of the United States. I don't know if I said this last show, so if I did, just cut me off.
I don't remember it. So you're
But in 1864,
I was drunk.
in the late winter of 1864, Robert Todd Lincoln was standing on a train platform in Paterson, New Jersey, waiting to get on the train. They didn't have airplanes in 1864.
Nope.
And all of a sudden, the train's coming up, and the crowd.
That was your history fact of the day.
Yeah, they were.
No planes
planes.
in
Yeah.
1864.
No.
Anyway, autism.
I was gonna say, dude, he brought up the story for me, dude. He's like, I'm gonna say trains as many times as possible. Dude, we're 15 seconds into the story. He said train 7 times, dude. This is for me.
Hey,
you guys shut up for a second.
Go on.
And it was a steam engine.
I hate that I know this. So back in the day, it used to, from your train story, it used to take 6 months on carriage to cross the United States. But trains brought it down to 14 and then 10 days down to 4 days was the fastest.
Transcontinental Railroad
Yeah.
and all that.
Yeah.
But it went from
Union
like
Pacific,
6
whatever.
months. Yeah, 6 months to that. Trains changed America. Go on, Jack.
Well, and
I love how we all had to have an autism moment
About
of
trains.
reverence for trains.
He's like, I know you're the autistic one, but let me tell you this train fact.
The episode is going to be like, we're autistic,
Yeah.
and that's it.
Yeah.
Go on,
Sorry,
Jack.
anyway, I'm sorry.
Here's your token Tourette's guy chiming in. 1864. So Robert Todd Lincoln, the son of President Abraham Lincoln, sitting President Abraham Lincoln, the crowd surged as the train was coming in, and he got pushed off the platform. And so he's literally seconds away from getting smashed by this train. How much do you think it weighed? That doesn't really have anything to do with story. I just thought you would know.
I'm not a numbers autistic.
I
I'm
looked
not
at
a
him like
numbers
he would
autistic.
have an answer.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know why.
Yeah. So
No, I'm not
out
the
of
numbers
blue-
autistic. I was trying to. I'm like, I don't know. Maybe I could come up with a cat like how far it would throw him, but
out of the blue, right as he's about to.
Go on, Jack.
Out of the blue, right as he's about to get smacked and die from this train, this hand comes down, grabs him, and launches him up from the train platform and saves his life. And like little baby Lincoln's standing there, he looks up, and it's this. He recognized who it was right away. He was one of the most famous actors from one of the most famous acting families in America. It was
John Wilkes Booth.
It was Edwin James Booth.
Holy shit.
Okay.
Wait, is this?
This
okay,
is a
go
real
on.
story. This is it's been proven. Edwin James Booth and Robert. Booth didn't recognize Lincoln back then. No one gave a fuck what the president's kids look like, but like Lincoln recognized Booth. Like they were like the frickin' Barrymores at that time of American acting royalty.
Well, if he's saving kids from trains, he was like the Keanu Reeves of 1864.
Yeah.
Like just a really nice guy actor.
Yeah, just a nice guy actor. Well, and he was. This is the most bizarre part. So, anyways, they have a brief exchange. It's a thank you. Then he gets on the train, and Robert Todd Lincoln literally was had just commissioned in the Army. They sent him to go like work for Grant. They're like, we're not putting this kid on the front lines. He told this story, and people were like, holy fuck. And then, of course, 4 or 5 months later, Edwin's younger brother, who was kind of a piece of shit, John Wilkes, assassinated the father of Robert Todd Lincoln, Abraham Lincoln. Just 4 or 5 months later is when the assassination happened.
No shit. So this.
so
Edwin
one
Booth-
brother saves the son, the other brother kills the father.
Yeah, and this, by the way,
It's like
Edwin
borderline
Booth,
biblical.
he wasn't like a political guy, and everyone, when you're in the middle of a civil war, people expect you to take sides. He never really did that. He just he maintained himself as an actor. He was like grief stricken, like that was like a family embarrassment.
I
My
get it,
brother
yeah.
killed the president, but that's like the equivalent today. Okay, if like Hunter Biden was like on a 4-day crack bender, and he's on a plane sitting in Comfort Plus, and he's like, I'm gonna open up the fucking emergency exit, and everyone's panicking, they don't know what to do, and then all of a sudden,
And
from
he's got
first
crack strength.
yeah,
So
he's got crack strength.
He might actually
and
do it.
from all of a sudden, from first class comes running one of the Jonas brothers, and stops him and saves his life and everybody else's life. And then 5 months later, one of the Nick Jonas decides to go cap Papa Joe. That's like, what are the fucking chances?